Hi, I'm Andy Compton, and Kylie told me I had to smile when I did this. So, jumping in to the essence qualities of a person, to me, these are really, I think, the result of becoming a Christ like leader. It's deep rooted humility that is authentic in recognizing the smallness of one's greatness rather than a false self diminishment. It's kindness rather than nicety. It's forgiveness as I have been forgiven, that is not dependent upon the actions or attitudes of others, and truly releasing the negative cost of holding a grudge. And that's important in order to be, truly magnanimous. That is an extreme forgiveness and generosity of resources and energy and time. And I think one of the ones that's harder sometimes for me is the lightness of being, which to me is joy, that really comes from having the Spirit of God. And I think sometimes I manifest lightness by bringing humor in the midst of the moment, in the midst of the difficulty. I think the an essential quality of leadership uh, that I prioritize and strive to maintain is unwavering commitment to integrity and honesty. It's empathy and intelligence that values others and maintains trust. And it's the willingness to decide with conviction when a decision is necessary. From the genius attributes, I would say that pattern recognition, which for me comes in the sense of when I'm doing financial analysis or reviewing financial documents or variances, and really being able to intuitively navigate through those systems and through the numbers and in order to find root causes. Creative divergence, I would say, is another genius attribute that is, to me, I would describe as nonlinear thinking. My Myers Briggs test in college showed the exact opposite of the typical accountant personality. And the professor described that as giving you the ability to really view problems from different angles, to be able to come at them from reverse or from the side and find creative solutions that others would be limited, looking at something more linearly. And from the leadership attributes of genius, I would say extreme flexibility. It's that mental agility to shift focus, to quickly move from priority to priority while still holding the place and where I was at on those other things. And the ability to hold those multiple items like that in my mind and come back to them as I need to. Growth edges are a little easier to talk about because they're the things I struggle with. But I think letting go of control is probably one, that overcoming perfectionism, that embracing done beats perfect. That's hard enough with my own work, but when it comes to trusting empowerment and being okay with someone else's done, that's the next level challenge. I think patience in the process. Really, I just when I want things done, better, finished, fixed, complete, and ability to move on. And it's a real struggle to be patient while things are being worked out and moving towards an improved state. Staying with the execution strategy. I love crafting strategy and creating that strategic vision. I think that's probably another genius attribute, but really sometimes the execution component of that, it's getting bored in the follow up and the follow through, and sometimes that can be a challenge. And from the superhero list, I think sponsorship is definitely one of those. I've really enjoyed kind of mentoring and helping people grow, having this radical optimism to see what someone can be, and being supportive and training and sharing resources with them to see them become more than they are and to achieve more. I think radical optimism also carries over to seeing opportunities from time as well as just within people. So I think transpersonal not knowing to me is what I would call discernment. It's a discernment through experience, wisdom, and also supernatural direction by having God's Spirit. Sometimes that allows for an imparted knowledge that's really more than what my own experience and obtained wisdom and ability can get to. And I would say that a development superpower for me is holding paradox, that ability to balance that done versus perfect that I talked about, structure versus flexibility, the task versus relational attributes. Sometimes that's hard and difficult. And I would say that my objective for this session is to strengthen the level of trust and open communication between the owners and the executive team, to ensure that we have a level of trust for the owners to question the execs, for the execs to question the owners, and for the execs to question each other in a healthy and productive manner. And to quote John Acuff, leaders who can't be questioned end up doing questionable things.